Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to episode 20 of season 2. On today's episode, we're going to be giving our post-match reaction on the Barcelona versus Celta de Vigo match. Ended 1-0. It wasn't a very convincing performance. Let me introduce my co-host Alvaro.
What's up, guys?
Okay, so on today's episode, giving our thoughts. What do you think of the game?
Um, it wasn't what Yumi predicted in the pregame. I said 3-1. You said 4-1.
Yeah,
So
it,
um,
it wasn't anything like that at
I
all.
didn't see, I didn't fully see the second half, but I did see the first half. It wasn't the way that we usually play.
Mm-hmm.
And enough is being said when your only goal comes from Pedri. That shows enough about the offense today. And nothing. I feel like what shocked me the most was not seeing Paulo Dode getting something at all.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna get something to give Gavi and Pedri a break. We saw the young getting something for
Mm-hmm.
Pedri, and obviously to get his legs back on and to rest Pedri for Inter. But I'm shocked that they didn't play Paulo to rest the two youngsters in Gavi and Pedri. And like I predicted, your Diaba did get minutes. He started at left back, Baldi at right back. We're gonna talk about this later in the video, but I don't know how we feel about that for the Inter game. We'll see how it
Mm-hmm.
does.
Yeah.
And nothing, man. I mean, your Diaba did as much action as he's gonna get.
Yeah.
He's not gonna see a single minute against Inter. So I mean, it wasn't a good game, but 3 points is 3 points. So
3 points is 3 points. Yeah. I think that's the tone for this game overall. Like Barcelona played for the first 15 minutes. Barcelona played well. This was a game where Celta dominated. I think for most of the game. The second half, they were the better team, and the later part of the first, that's what they dominated. If it wasn't for some key saves from Ter Stegen, I think we would have lost this. By like 2 or 3 goals. I think that's how important he was. There were also some last ditch tackles from like Alonso, Eric Garcia, towards like the final minutes of the game. It just this is not the reaction that you expect from Barcelona because after the international break, they just haven't been performing the same. When you look back, we were scoring goals for fun. Now we're struggling to even score one. Is it down to Lewandowski and his poor run of form? Do you think that's why?
um I feel like this game specifically, they were
Yeah.
just not fully integrated into it. I feel like that they still have their sights set on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, like I don't know, because the state of the offense is perfectly fine. They have all the right guys that need to be there. I like that Xavi did as he said that he would do, not playing Rafinha and Dembele at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, him playing Fati and subbing him in shows you that he wants him to play most of the Inter game. Um, I mean, it shows you that the lineup that he threw out there today, it was meant to just win and move on. It wasn't meant to like
Mm-hmm.
demolish Celta. It was made to get the 3 points and move.
Yeah.
And I'm just very interested and nervous to see what he does with the fullbacks on Wednesday, because we already expect the attack to be Fati,
Mm-hmm.
Lewandowski, and either Rafinha or Dembele,
Yeah.
and then the midfield to be Pedri, Gavi, and Busquets. Maybe De Jong gets a lot of minutes there, but what are we doing with the defense?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. That's a big question.
I didn't see enough from Alonso today to tell me he's gonna be a center back against Inter. Gabi, I mean not Gabi. Garcia is definitely gonna be there.
Well, I personally think that the center back duo for that Inter game is gonna be Eric Garcia and Pique. Pique played very well today, and Eric Garcia towards when he came on, he was rested, but he also had like a little discomfort. Xavi said it in the post match conference that Eric Garcia was feeling some discomfort, so that's why he didn't start him because you can imagine another center back gets injured.
No, you can't do that.
Xavi can't work with that. Can't
No,
work with
at
all
that,
of his
at
defenders.
that point, you guys are playing fullbacks full time as center back. So
Yeah, exactly. That can't work. Um, but this performance doesn't fill me with confidence ahead of the Inter game. And I think that's a huge problem. Maybe the players were just like, hey, thinking about the Inter game and not focusing on this. I'm gonna be thinking like that, but the performance that we need against Inter, this needs to be a fantastic performance.
No, and I feel
We
like
need to go out there and like eat the pitch, bro. They need to
what
like
you said
drop
right now,
every.
what you said right now about us having to believe that they play this game thinking about the Inter game. If the only way we're gonna have confidence in us winning on Wednesday is if we think about it that way. If we think that, oh, we
Yeah,
just played a sloppy game today, good luck on Wednesday. We think about it that way, we're gonna get destroyed on Wednesday. Maybe not even destroyed. Maybe we draw a tie.
yeah.
But I mean, we can't do that.
Yeah, we can't do it
So,
because we need a win. We need a win. If we don't win, we're basically going to the Europa League. That's
and
that.
we know for a fact that Xavi won't do 3-5-2.
Yeah, exactly.
We know that for a fact.
Yeah, he's not going to experiment in this game. I think this game he's going to have
So
to go
I
full
mean,
out.
yeah, it's gonna be nerve wracking to see what he does. I'm still nervous about if he really trusts. I expect it to be Garcia and Piqué at center back, but does he still not trust Balde at right back? And honestly, bro, what would you rather have, Sergio Roberto at right back or Balde at right back?
Um, I think I would much rather have Sergio Roberto at right back. He doesn't have the pace or the physicality that Balde does. He does have the experience. Just I think that Balde's best abilities is out on the left. You saw Balde making some explosive runs, and his pace. He was very good. Just I think it's such a shame that we're not using him on the left side where he's best. I think Balde is our definite starter. Just he hasn't been playing in that position just because he hasn't had the chance to.
Yeah, and I really don't get why Xavi trusts Alonso as much as he does.
Hmm.
But with that being said, it's almost guaranteed that he's going to start on Wednesday at center at left back, and that kind of pisses me off because I mean Balde has shown that he's the better overall player right now,
Yeah.
and he's probably just going to bench him for the Inter game and sub him in. And I'm sorry, you can't just sit back and wait for the subs against Inter. You gotta attack right away, and especially that you're playing at home.
No,
So
playing at home, the Camp Nou is sold out for that game.
and
They're
for
gonna
that,
need to get on the Inter players.
I mean,
They're
the
gonna have,
ability to have you can't just waste your 12th man the
yeah,
entire first half and hope to score in the second. You have to start right away.
yeah. You have to start right away
So,
because Inter, if you don't score at the very beginning, it's gonna get very tough.
yep.
But looking at this game, I thought two players played really, really well. First, I think this guy was a Barcelona's man of the match. I think he gave us the points today. It was Ter Stegen. Ter Stegen came up with a couple of key saves that basically gave us the win. If it wasn't for him, we would have lost. And it's such a great sign that we have Ter Stegen back at his best. Because you remember back in the 2018-2019 season that Ter Stegen was alongside with Messi or was Barcelona's best two players, and they contributed to a huge part of the success that we had that season in winning the La Liga title. Yes, we didn't win the Champions League because of Anfield, and we lost the Copa del Rey against Valencia because of that Anfield loss, which just basically like put a dampener in the entire season. But having a goalkeeper who gives you like match winning saves, that wins you titles. You just look
I
at
mean,
Benzema. I mean, at Courtois last season for Real Madrid.
if you compare last season to this season by Ter Stegen, they're completely different seasons.
Hmm.
Last season, him and Oblak were at the bottom of the leaderboard
Yeah,
in I think it was
the
save
most goals
percentage.
conceded. The most goals
Yeah,
conceded, something like that.
and this year he's only considered one goal in La Liga. And I know
Hmm.
La Liga and Champions League are different, atmospheres different, a whole different beast. But it shows you that maybe he's not back, but he's definitely much better than he was last year. We can say that last year he dealt with injuries and whatever we want to say. This year he's much better than he was last year, and we're gonna need that on Wednesday once again, and from now until the end of the group stage at least. So, and at the end of the day, that's not our biggest worry. So it's nice to not have another worry
Hmm.
with Ter
Hmm.
Stegen.
Yeah. And the second player that I mentioned that had played very well was Gavi. I thought Gavi was everywhere on the pitch. You saw him running tirelessly. There were a couple of tackles that he made that were just absolutely perfect. Gavi is such a key player, and it's such a great sign to see that he's still so young and he still has so much to develop. And he's already a starter for Barcelona and the Spanish national team. I think Barcelona's midfield is set for the next couple of years with Pedro and Gavi. And I think they're going to be key to our success. What do you think of Gavi tonight?
I mean, he was great, and he needed to take some of that load off Pedri, who's still
Yeah,
coming back from injury. And I mean, he's probably the most energetic guy that we have on the field. He's all over. He's on the
yeah,
attack, back on defense. He's cracking down,
hmm
looking for the empty spaces. I mean, in that goal, yeah, the goal was a deflection from the defender, but he's the one that made the run and got it in the box. So I mean, he's all over,
yeah,
and he's
yeah,
gonna have to play the same way against Inter, and
hmm
that's a problem. He's not our biggest worry.
yeah,
Now we know we have Pedri, Gavi, the young back. Busquets is always going to be there. We know that the midfield can move the ball forward. Now the question is how much are they going to move it forward? Are they going to be able to break through Inter's defense, which we know they're most likely going to park the bus, knowing that with a
hmm
draw against Barca, they're in a better position to pass the group stage, and we're going to need that from him. But again, I mean, the biggest worry is the defense.
Basically, worries the defense. But before we round off the episode, overall, from a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate this Barcelona performance? From 10 being the best, one being absolutely horrible, shameful,
I would rate it a
etc.
6,
A
and
six.
it's not a 5 because we did get the win. But I mean, it was a mediocre performance. I mean,
Yeah.
Celta at home should not be 1-0. It should have been a worse 2-0.
hmm
And I mean, there's not much to say. Like I said in the pregame, a win's a win, and they'll take the 3 points
Yeah.
and move on.
hmm
I know
Yeah.
for a fact that they're more focused on Wednesday. So
I completely agree with you. I was gonna go for the same rating actually. It's not worse just because hey, we got the win, and that's what matters. We got the 3 points. There's very little to take away this game. I think this is a game just to take the 3 points and we move on. But guys, that was it for today's episode. We gave our reaction to the Barcelona versus Celta de Vigo post match. We're gonna be coming back before the Inter game to give our big preview before a monumental game. But that was it for tonight's episode. As always, leave a like, subscribe, comment, and we'll catch you guys all on the next episode.
take it easy, guys.